Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Bruh. Y'all hear me? Hold on. Where my chat at? Let me see my chat. Chat, what's up, chat? Do y'all hear me? Hold on. Let me check everything over here, man. I'm having so many difficulties. Testing. All right, on my end, it sounds like y'all hear me. I ain't got no music today. It's all good. Working on the intro. Computer crash. It's all good. Welcome to the cave, man. We back. What is it, Wednesday? We got shoes. We got information. We got rants. We got all the above. Y'all miss us? I see y'all getting busy in the chat. What's good? Y'all miss us? All right. Before we get into the show, you already know I can't do this by myself. We got a team. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the team. First up, my boy. You already know, Dolphin Boy, the Kid Wonder, Mr. Highlight himself. Heartbreak.
Yeah. What's good, squad? Splash. You already know the vibe. I'm in here.
You get me every time, bro. Every time. And what can I say, man? The additions, you know, when you see a free agent out there, you like, dang, hold on. The team, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get the best free agent out there, man. Salute to my boy Dub P. Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
How's everything, man? How y'all doing?
Man, every time I see like the Miami Dolphins or anything Dolphin, I think of Heartbreak, and I immediately bust out laughing. Like it could be like that game in London they played last week. It's like the Miami Dolphins. I'm like, oh god,
it could be flipping.
That's not even supposed to be funny. I'm like, it's just an animal, but I just see it, I immediately start laughing.
Splash.
Yeah. And I was just about to say, I'm like, and he come out of nowhere like splash.
Even the Dolphins in the chat, I'm just like, oh my god. It lives on
all
forever.
through the chat. Dolphin all through the chat.
Yeah.
Facts. All right, look, right? Before we get in the show, before we get started, before we shout out the chat, we have to let y'all know that this live stream is sponsored by SneakerheadClothingLine.com, SneakerheadsClothingLine.com. Make sure you log on. You know, see anything you like in there. Some fly stuff there. Fly stuff. I know y'all seen the photo shoots. I know y'all the videos. I know y'all seen Heartbreak with the merch. I know y'all seen me with the merch. It's all over the place. SneakerheadsClothingLine.com. And when you shop there, make sure you use coupon code Drake Jungles. You'll get 15-20% off. You might even catch something on sale and then use the coupon code, and you got it even cheaper, man. So make sure you use coupon code Drake Jungles, all one word. Get your discount, man. Now, let's throw some respect on the chat, because the chat always rocking out with us. So I'm going ahead and see who was up in here first. Oh, whoa. Shout out to my boy E Double. Flawless in the building.
Flawless.
Miss Map is in the building. What's going on, Paula? Heartbreak. I said, what? Heartbreak. Michael, what's going on? I see you. Dr. Zuzu, I see you. Congratulations again on your doctorate. Wendell, I see you. Sean, I see you. What's going on, Dub? I see you up here. And in the chat. Old school, what's good, baby? Hold on, where we at? We gotta shout him out. When I see Red. My boy Red. Hold on. Let me go ahead and give Red his wrench while he up there.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure. I gotta start wrenching people up.
Yeah, give Rep his pistol.
His Bucks was looking good last night, man.
Oh yeah, here we
Man,
go.
They were on one, man. They were on one, man.
He's gonna talk about his Bucks, bro. He ain't gonna talk about them Brewers.
Built from the ground up.
He ain't gonna talk about them Brewers. Let me get my boy Jeremiah a wrench. My bad, y'all. If y'all rock with me and y'all ain't got a wrench yet, that's just me. That's on me, man. Like, I apologize. Hold on. I gotta make sure everybody that got a wrench got a wrench.
Yeah. Hit Flawless with one for me, Dre. Hit Flawless.
Hold on, I got you. What Flawless at?
It's okay, Dre, man. You had to take a birthday break, man.
Yeah. It's been a little rusty. What Flawless at? Hold on. I'm trying to look at my boy Flawless.
Yeah, Flawless at the top. But yeah, it looked like a good birthday, by the way, too, Drake. You know, you definitely got to show some highlights of that one day.
Were you in Atlanta, Dre? Was that like the main?
I was in Atlanta and I had a good time. The only thing that I didn't get to do while I was out there was stop at the Amamir store. I wanted to just go there, eat, have some brunch and stuff like that, you know. And I didn't get a chance because I was ripping and running the streets. Man. I went to a Braves game. I went to Falcons game. Braves game, I sat behind the dugout. Falcons game, I was on the field.
I didn't think you were coming back, man.
Yeah.
I thought you were going full on Kanye West. You're gonna lock yourself in Atlanta and just like,
I wanted to
Drake
so bad. That is my calling, man. And I ran into the elementary school that I went to out there too. So that was pretty dope because it looks the same. Everything hasn't changed much or whatever. And just riding by it, I turned my head and I saw it. And I just stomped the brakes like, whoa, I went to that school. So I took some pictures in front of that and stuff. And couple brunches, lunches, schmunches. I had a good time in Atlanta, man. You had to drag me out of there. Quick story though. Shout out to my boy Ralph. My boy, he gave me his whip for the weekend. He's like, yo, don't be renting no cars, man. I got cars. So take this. So I was with another friend, my boy Snoop, and we got so drunk we forgot the number thing to the Airbnb he was staying at. So
you forgot the house code?
They kind of like go like this. Got house code in the Airbnb, so we drunk as hell. So he thought of a plan. He said, let's just wait until somebody come and it's gonna open the gate, and then they gonna go like a 10-second delay. We can go through. I'm like, all right, cool. So we did that. Someone came, open. We tried to go through, and the bridge slammed the car and dragged all the way to the back of the trunk.
Oh, right? No.
Damn, that was the one in, one out. Like, that was the one in, one out security system.
In the little bridge. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm sauce. I'm like, all right, it can't be. If anything, it's a dent in the car, right? I woke up the next, and it was like a big yellow drag mark all the way to the trunk. And the sad thing about it, I felt bad for my boy. It's the all white Infinity that he gave me, so it looked like a taxi cab.
Oh shit!
So I immediately, it was my last day there that this. I immediately just cashed out. Like, yo, should cash out, bro. Like, he was cool about it.
When Geico starts accepting Cash App, that's when you need to switch your insurance company. You've become the general after that.
I cashed up. And you know what? I cashed up in a nice amount, but I need more. Let me know. Bro, need more. Like, I didn't think it was that bad, but that was a little story that I wanted to give out.
I was about to say, I think the worst I did was I just flat out forgot where my car parked, and I was almost calling the cops and saying, who stole my car? And then I don't know what led me to like search for it, but I was dead set on calling the police. And then my buddy who drove my car home and then he took an Uber home, he parked it on the other side of the apartment complex. So he had me thinking that my car got stolen. I was like, oh, that was like the best prank of all time. It was like some punk shit. It was like some Ashton Kutcher. I'm like, oh my God, like he knows where my car is parked. Like it is a designated space. And he parked it all. I'm like, bro, you could have got me towed where you parked that thing. Then I really thought it would have been stolen. So like, that's probably the worst thing. But the getting like demolished and stuff like that, I don't know about that. That sounds like 20-year-old fun.
Shout out to Hot Dog in the building. Shout out to what you talking about,
the community leader from the he in black with the food fight, man.
Oh, there we go, Rep. Walker, we got you, Rep. Don't even trip, Rep. We out here.
Right there, it's right there.
We got you, Rep.
Sneakerheadsclosing.com. Make sure you use Great Jungles and you will get a nice discount, man. And listen, Heartbreak already says, y'all know your boy been getting fly with the pieces in there. You might no, I said we got some dope pieces and the material is crazy. I can't stress the material enough. Go ahead. All right, this is the sneaker channel. We love sneakers. We love shoes. This is the thing together. And from time to time, we like to bring people on. And, you know, we got to bring people on that's doing very inspirational things inside the sneaker community. But before we miss the chat real quick, in case y'all feel like y'all want to do because there's so much stuff out there that we've never seen before, or should I before. Every time we do these clips and these challenges and these tournaments and these battles and things, it's always some fly stuff that just pop up. You know what I'm saying? And or it makes you reach back. Like perfect example, Hot Dog is in the chat right now. I remember. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say, yo, hold up. What are those? Wow. And he started giving me the information on it. And I pulled the trigger, man. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, wearing this shoe, it is a little heavy, but I'm glad I made this purchase because it gives me poor man Air Mag vibes just because how the back is.
Yeah.
The color scheme with the back, it gives me like poor man Air Mag vibe. But it also gives me that hot love on sneakers. And
white man can't jump.
You can't go wrong. And classic movie, David Robinson was the beast. So, just for an example, though, that's an example like I like show. I can learn information from. I can see new stuff. I get a little bit of information out there that I might tweak. Sometimes I may go live and we might just go ahead and fill out raffles. I know what to go live and say here, find all the spots that's dropping the off-white 2s and we entering raffles to just something that we do with what sneakerheads do. Like we buy all these shoes to throw them on the ground. I like to go around and when people come over, I like to show them the kicks and things of that nature. So
give them a little tour.
This is something nice that we like to do. Nothing less, we enjoy what we do and we enjoy the support. If y'all ever want to help the channel grow, there is a little $sign right in the chat. Donate a couple dollars if you want to. Anything will help to help the channel grow. If you like, I want my people to get everything. Inside the bio, there's the PayPal. You might even see it scrolling across the screen. But you'll see it scrolling across the screen or whatnot. And donations you feel like you can toss to the channel, that'll help. Before we get this thing started. And we will get to the corners and everything, like opening. Like, how was your sneaker week? Heartbreak. You see anything that got an eye on, P?
I'm still in the little toss up of the new Chicago lows and the Barcelona. You know, some website is calling it Catalina. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, is it a
Oh,
UA?
The Catalonia SB, Barcelona SB. Mm.
Yeah, I'm saying here like it's two different names. Is one a UA? I might have to talk to the Mike the Truth guy. I don't know, but
I have them.
Oh
I think
shit!
they're the Catalonia. They're the Catalonia Dunks. But they're called the Barcelona because of they're the Spanish national team colors.
okay, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm up in a toss up of those two right now. You know, so that's those are my targets for right now. What about you, Doug?
I think this weekend's like the long awaited arrival of the strawberry coughs. You know what I mean? Like,
Ooh,
remember when that shoe like got leaked?
Yeah.
No one had a box. People were reviewing it. No one had a box, right? You know, like how much? Like I never think that Nike just accidentally loses shoes. It almost feel like they send it out there to get a little heater behind it, a little mystique, a little story, and obviously the hype machine. And then now it's releasing at skate shops, and then local skate shops, which like nationwide raffles. Like if you think Sneakers app is bad, like try like getting a shoe that height from your local skate shop because
Facts.
it's not like you're
Facts.
getting. It's not like they do a full size run where they like have kid sizes and stuff. So you got your 8s, 8.5, 9, so you're talking maybe 30 pairs of shoes, and you don't think they're going to hold down their regulars first.
Exactly.
So like it's like there's two. I'm in Colorado, and there's two, and like I know though that those pairs are like gone. I saw how Travis Scott went. Them things are just out the door, or to the point where like it's just worthless even me driving an hour plus to enter. And they're all in store raffles too, Dre. That's another thing. Like you have to go in there and like fill out a ticket, and like they like kind of draw. They act like they're drawing from a hat. But here's the messed up part. This is the messed up part that lets me know it's kind of messed up. They posted on their Instagram today. Like this is at like the afternoon on a Wednesday that the raffle ends tomorrow. So not even a full day to enter. I'm like, dude, I'm not driving like an hour plus away. Like, and you told me like maybe the day before, the night before. So I'm like, so that lets me know that like I've never hit there and I've bought stuff from there. And so I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, and it's on the Sneakers app, the 26th. So it's the 22nd and then the 26th on the Sneakers app. I think that's the one that everyone's going after because it's a 420 shoe. So it joins the long line of 420 shoes for SBs. The White Widow mids, the skunks, the reverse skunks, the Maui Wowies, and then even though it's not 420, it's releasing in September. People are going to go crazy for it. So I think that's the shoe that everybody's going for.
I see about 4 or 5. Get the hell out of here. In the get back, I'm going to go get that strawberry cough. Those where you say that's coming home, Papa. How long have we been waiting for this shoe, Dub?
I remember it has to be at least 2 years, at least. I want to say 2 years. I remember seeing
2 years. Like
no box pairs show up. People will try to sell them online, and that's when they were like people were trying to get for 3-4 bands for it because they were just like, it's all on the release. They kept saying that it's not going to release. So I mean that's what anyone who's trying to resell a shoe wants to think. Like it's gone forever. It's not. SBs aren't Jordans. They don't retro. They don't just keep coming out every 4 years. So you're not going to wait it out. So if you really, really, really are like an avid SB collector, you just I don't know, for whatever reason, they bite bullets and they just go after it. But now that it's releasing, you've already seen it. I think it's the most price points before it were like 2 bands. I hate talking resale, but now it's like settling around 6 to 8, some 5. So it's just not every skate ship is getting them either. So yeah, and then of course I'm a size 10 or like a size 10. So like my size is always just going to be the Skull Crush price. Like me and your sizes. It's just terrible to be our size.
What's the retail going to be for those?
They're usually 110, right? An SB.
Yeah, they 110. But look, I'm looking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying at the size, and it seems like every day that thing dropping. See 2 shoes right now for this thing. I said 4 because I'm not spending my money on this shoe. The money is spent already on something that I like. Now, you know what I'm saying? Without no money being involved, I'm going to get something really like. He's the one. Some of the shoes I hold, I can use trade bait. I can, you know, hey, at the end of the day, we all playing with house money when we buy these shoes.
Yeah.
I ain't going out the way to get the strawberry cough now. But you say the 22nd?
The 26th is sneakers. So some people, like with sneakers, like the thing about SBs is you never get a number. You never get an allocation number. With Jordans, like a lot of these discords will have an estimate of it. Like for example, like I'm in Soul Savvy, they'll just say how many like Shoe Palace is getting of certain sizes. You're not going to get that from a Nike SB. You have zero idea what their allocation is going to be.
It ain't going to be an image of 303.
Oh, struggle. You know that shoe's out the dough. That show is they already. It's funny. They had an employee called I Miss My Homies, and I'm like, funny how he gets a pair every time because they give it to him and his homies, and I know who it is.
I do too. Yeah.
I'm like, you got like 20 of y'all already got pairs lined up. They may have 30.
Yep. So
I'm not driving an hour plus away from the boondocks where I am to enter. I mean, it'd be like the trophy room.
He said he is. He said he taking that 3-pointer in the dark, baby.
Hey, man.
It's pointless because they're gone already.
They'll have you do the most for him, too.
It's going to be mayhem.
What's going on, Miss Erica? I see you. What's up, No Limit?
Yeah, I'm out of town after tomorrow. So I'm going to try to hopefully the market goes down a bit more tomorrow. And if it's at the right price, I'm just going to pull the trigger because my time is more convenient.
Yeah.
I agree.
I feel like it's going to shoot up. Man.
It won't go past what it was before. I don't think it'll go, like, if you pull the trigger early enough, like after release, I'm going to guess. I hate guessing resale. It's not going to be 2 bands like it was because now, like, they're actually putting a number behind it. So you're starting to see the skate shops are getting them early, or the skate shops now are getting them, but they're not even all getting them at the same time. So if you follow Nike SB or nothing, he's like real plugged into skate shops. He's like, do not call your local skate shop if you haven't seen them post about it, because that means they haven't got their pairs yet. And a skate shop, like, they have like no customer service, so they're just gonna be like, yeah, dude, like, because they're not like their regulars aren't going to call them for it because they're just already in the know. So like he just kind of came out and said, like, if your skate shop doesn't have them yet, or they're posted on Insta on how they're releasing them, then don't call them. It means their shipment hasn't come yet.
And then not to mention, I always go on the rant about skate shops. I love supporting them.
Mm-hmm.
They're all about keeping the lights on. This is the biggest time they capitalize when we all want the shoes. But usually you don't see a lot of people in the skate shops. It's the skaters.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to pay for the boards they don't sell.
Yep.
And they're going to beat them shits up. If they get the strawberry cough, they're going to beat them shits to the ground.
Well, I think a lot of them resell them. They just resell them because, like, most people don't skate. They'll never skate in the dunk. Like, I watched the Olympic skating, and none of them had a damn dunk on. They were all wearing the Bruins. Nyjah Houston has his own shoe. So they kind of just give the elite skaters the dunks, and they'll post on the gram of them, like, practicing, like, shredding and, sending it, like, for a trick or two. But then when they get serious, they're not wearing a Nike SB dunk during a competition. It's just you'll never see that.
I'm still surprised no one's talking about the mummies either.
You know what? I will let you guys in the community have that shoe.
Yeah.
And I like SBs, but y'all can have it.
It looks nice, but I wouldn't kill over it. It looks nice, but I wouldn't kill over it.
The Air Ace bandages.
Yeah, because I feel like I could only really wear it at a certain time. Right now I'm trying to wear more shoes that could be a little bit more diverse, so I could wear it more. Because I got too many DS shoes sitting. Like, I'm getting pissed off at myself at this point.
Don't sleep on the Halloween SBs, because I remember the Night of Mischief SBs with the spider web and the glow in the dark outsole.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That was like it was like maybe like, I hate talking resale, but it was like 200 to 250, maybe 300, and now it's like at 5 because of the SB craze. So if you do want that shoe, like, I keep saying, if you want that shoe, you're just going to have to go after it like immediately. Well, don't let an SB sit, because once you let an SB sit over time, it just goes up on you, and then it's just going to be an amputation to get the shoe.
Man, y'all talking about price jump? Have y'all seen the Union Jordan 1 price jump?
Yeah.
I'm
Have
glad I
y'all
got my.
seen
He
that?
got all of them.
Yeah, 4,000.
No. I sold
What?
my. I know I
That shit
sold
was
the black.
overnight.
I traded the black pair for the black toe pair for my Korea threes. That's why I got my Korea
Oh
threes.
yeah.
But I only like I love the blue, that storm blue one. So yeah, that I saw that, but I need to just unds that shoe. I'm not interested in reselling that shoe. That story behind
Right.
that shoe is pretty crazy.
Like what boosted that though? You know what I'm saying? Like what boosted that?
I just think time. Sometimes people just go for certain shoes over time because it's unexpected. Sometimes with shoes, you'll be like, "Why is this shoe almost 3x in price?" It's just I don't know.
And what's crazy is like you see a lot of the Jordan ones, like a lot of these Jordan releases, kind of like going down in their prices, and then you saw that collab, that one, just like skyrocket.
Yeah.
It's more than like the Chicago's by a landslide now. It's like it's kind of like on your Dre Jungles, the Soulfly ones that your favorite shoe. Like that one is like $4 for a shoe. That's like, hey man, here's my car. Like here, have a car.
Crazy?
Like
I think
here.
I'm gonna settle for those Soulfly 10s because those things is pretty good too. And they kind of released under people's nose. Like what was it last year during the pandemic? It released under people's nose, and the price ain't really that bad on them. So if you look up the Soulfly 10s, if you're a fan of 10s, like those is really tough. I love the cell colorway mixed with that aqua like green that it has. So yeah, I gotta get I gotta get all my little collab collection up. But
do you guys ever
go ahead, struggle.
Like, do you guys ever have regrets when it comes to certain shoes where you're like, even though you're like, I'm not paying that price. Like I remember when the Union was like $1,200 and now it's $4,000.
I don't regret any of the shoes that I spent at a high price, because like I said, the only how you can get me to do that is it's a shoe that I really like, fall like we fall in love with shoes that come out, the new stuff. But if it's something I've been chasing or it's been on the back of my mind and I can get it at a reasonable price that I'm willing to pay, yeah, I'm gonna grab it anyway, and I ain't gonna have no regrets over it. Like it is what it is. I want it. Anything I buy is because I want it. That's just
no regrets in the sneaker community. That's why I say no regrets.
Nah. My only regret is when I pay resale through Goat and StockX, and then I go back a month later, and that shit is damn near retail. That's my regret. I paid 300, and this bitch is 120.
Yeah.
We've all had that happen.
All right. Let's switch gears a little bit, because we're talking about all these shoes and things like that, but I want to see some shoes, So, we got these segments in here. We're going to start breaking them down. And right now, we about to bring out the 10 clip segment. Get ready. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all been in this before. Y'all done seen all these clips through these channels. We probably done showed, I don't know, maybe over 5,000 pairs of shoes within a few months or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But I know episodes. There's one episode I know we showed up 500 one episode.
That was when me, you, Yante, and like B More and Snatching Souls. That was like the height of COVID. Yeah. And it was like, I think a random Friday night, I want to say, like Friday night when you would typically be out. It was like at that hour.
Soy sauce, the sleeper chick, what's going on? Look, if you're new to this channel, make sure you sub up and hit that like button, man. We just be kicking and chopping it up about shoes and stuff like that. All right, we have a few guests behind the scenes, and we like to bring on new faces, and we like to bring on faces that when they do come, they leave a stain, they leave a mark up here, so y'all remember them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, or should I say, some people, they do come on the show, like that, and then they go elsewhere and make a name for themselves like that. That's dope to me, like this is what we encourage inside the show, and we love highlighting and saluting people in their dope collection. If you got a lot of pieces out there and you feel like you don't get enough love for your collection, you done been collecting over the years, and your peoples around you ain't giving you no love for your collection. They call you all types of this and that. Man, come on over to the page, bro. Come show us your shoes, bro. That's all we like over here. We like shoes, sneakers, and all the above, fashion and creative designs as well. You know what I'm saying? We got some people working on the scene on a few people too. That'll be later on down the line. But like I said, Sign, what up, Sign? I see you. What's going on, JF? I see you pulling up in the building, my boy. What's going on, Melanin Swag? Who else did I miss? I think I see someone else pop up in here. Yeah. All right, so let's bring in our first guest. It's a couple, and you know what's crazy? We've been getting couples, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, even as far as like brothers and sisters, mom and daughter, mom, dad, son. We've been getting a lot of dope combinations of things like that. And listen, if you're in a relationship and you collect sneakers, I know your partner collects sneakers too, because one half of the, you know what I'm saying, I'm just thinking logically, one half ain't going to be spending all these money on the shoes, and the other half just looking like, not today, not this, not, you know. It's dope when it's like together and we do this together and stuff like
Doesn't
that.
the other half make you sell them? Isn't that how it usually works?
Facts.
Oh, why'd
Facts.
You better get
You
rid of
know,
all those.
Yeah.
All those.
So
Why'd you
let's
bring
get
this
the
home?
couples in. Now I reached out to him because one thing about me, if you start following me, I'm not a bougie dude, you know what I'm saying? I'll go through, I'll see a collection, and if I start seeing like, hold up, nah, you come on the show, bro. You coming on the show. And so that's how I kind of approach things. That's why I usually like leave it up to Heartbreak, like, yo, Heartbreak, can you hit this person up? Because I don't know how to say your collection is fire. Can you please come to the show? I'll be like, yo, bring all your shit over here, because your shit, like, I just get the, you know,
Heartbreak is like worldwide. He's like worldwide west of the sneaker community.
Yeah.
He's like brokering the relationships. We don't know what he's saying to
professional
get these cats on here. They just
I'm
he gets
professional
two. He
from
gets
7:30
two
to 4 o'clock. Once I leave work, I want to be me at home, you know. So, no further ado. I know I'm under my mouth, and y'all kind of wonder. It's 46 in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's bring them on to the show. Welcome to the cave. Yeah. Yeah. How's everything, man? Appreciate y'all for coming into the cave with your boy Dre Jungles, Heartbreak, Dub P, and we got beautiful struggle up here as well. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Pretty good. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
No problem,
Nice.
no problem. And you know I got questions because it takes a lot for you to reach out and stuff like that. Like, you really gotta have some fire. Like, I know Struggle can ask you, like, I hit him up all the time. Hey, Struggle, you got some stuff, man. I think your collection needs to see more. Like, so I like to bring people on that really have some uniqueness with their style. Because, like, anybody can buy shoes, but when you throw in the fit together and everything like that, that's what makes it unique to me. And it brings out the best, you know, inside the culture. So I just want to ask you guys a question. What got y'all started?
So for me, he got me started.
Okay.
Okay.
So when we met in 2010, he had hundreds of pairs of sneakers at that point. So, you know, it was a struggle in the beginning. Like, bro, this is not normal. Like, what is this? Right. I've embraced it, you know, and like you were saying, like, he can't be walking around in the hottest stuff, and I'm walking around in some trash, like. So that's kind of how it started. And of course, you know, younger, I had sneakers that I wanted to cop, and you know, the struggle, like, mom can't afford them, like, need to be an adult. It's like, hey, I got the money, I'm getting them now. So that's what started it for me.
Okay.
For me,
man, what about you?
I was gonna say, for me, what got me started was just my father, and a combination of just growing up in the 80s, product placement, shoes being on shows, sneakers, hip hop, and sports, basketball especially, are like the holy trinity. And coming up in that time, it was only right that I, you know, had a kicks.
So let me ask you a question. How you feel about the retail prices from now than they were back then?
Well, I mean, it's some shoes are. I mean, I'll always look at the Jordan 1 as an $80 shoe. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that it's going to be $200 next year is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, and all the shoes that's $190 is jumping up to $200 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. You know, Nike is a business. You know, they're here to take our money, but I do miss those days back when retros were newer. when they tried to keep the price kind of close to how it was when the shoe initially released. So I do kind of miss that. We haven't really seen that probably since about 07.
Okay. So let me ask you this too, since you've been collecting for a while. How do you feel about the resale market now? Like, like before, like I was explaining on the last show, like I can leave school on a Wednesday, and beg Mr. Lee to give him an extra $50 to let me get the new kicks 2 weeks in advance. But the most I was paying was an extra $50. What do you think, like how the resale game is now? Like, how do you feel about it?
All right. Well, do you want to answer?
I mean, hey, it's frustrating for both of us, but my biggest issue with it is these half-ass resellers, right? Who just hopping on sneakers, buying a pair, throwing it up on eBay. Like, there's people who really are doing this and they've been doing it for a while, but it's these Johnny come lately. I'm just gonna try to make $20. Like, all you doing is giving me more hassle, right? So you posted on eBay for $20 above retail. Like, what the hell is that? Like,
I hate all those resellers. I hate the OG resellers. I hate the gray hair resellers. I hate the little kids from high school that don't get the youthful employment jobs, and youth employment is at an all-time low because they hit on one pair of shoes and they get like $100 profit, and they're like, "Yeah, mom, I'm a businessman now." I'm like, "You are really white." In Colorado, the resellers, you'll see that one old head. This is how it is in Colorado. Look, I'm just going to tell you. You'll see like 4 or 5 old heads with like multiple bags. And okay, they've been doing it, like, because they went to finish line, they went to shoe house. They've done the trips already, right? They're coming in like this, all the same all. And then the rest are all high schoolers with like dusty ass Vans on. And that lets me know, I'm like, they are not wearing those shoes. Those things are going out the door to buy Lord knows what. Like, I could just tell it's really funny, like why I haven't taken like a picture and just captured like the world of resale, and it shows like the old head. I should have done that. I feel like that's like a Skip Goes Hard kind of thing, something he would do. Like, new reseller and show him with dusty ass fans. At least the OG guy will have like some throwback Jordans on, some retro Jordans on, like some Bread 4s or something like that. But either way, I hate them both because they're both stealing. Yeah, I'm just kidding. They're both take it from me or whatever. Like, where's my pair at, or whatever.
It's a whole new level. Like, we regularly make it to outlets, and first of all, you got to go on a weekday, because if you go on the weekend, they lined up at the door to get the product before you. And I'll be honest with you, like, it's a whole different game. Like, one of the last times we went, it was a husband, a wife, and they had a newborn baby. And they was just in there grabbing. I'm like, what in the world? Like, I've never seen a family of resellers.
The baby is a reseller.
Yeah.
U size, baby size, GS size.
Wait, I just seen a comment that just popped up, which is kind of interesting because they actually work inside the store. Miss Stephanie, shout out to Miss Stephanie. She said, my store has limited how many the resellers get pairs. Which is crazy because I know with Foot Locker, like with the managers and stuff like that, if they get in late shipment, and I know this for sure because like I spoke to a lot of overnight stocking managers who know when the shoe is coming in because they're stocking them on the shelf, and they're like, they call the daytime managers to let them know, like, hey, these shoes we're putting them on the shelves right now. So the daytime managers, they already hitting their friends that same night. If we talk about overnight communication, they hitting their reseller friends like, yo, these shoes going to be here tomorrow. I just got word from overnight, man. That's why you'll wake up on a random day and you're like, why do all those people stand in front of the line and it's the reseller? But Miss Stephanie, I believe Miss Stephanie works at Finish Line, and the Finish Line do things kind of crazy anyway. It's hard to back Finish Line. But she just said that her store is limiting the amount of resellers, the shoes they can get. But my thing is this: is it the resellers that they familiar with? Like, because you got to get familiar with faces when you working at sneaker stores and stuff like that. Because if it's just a random reseller buying up like 4 shoes, and they don't know them, they get away with it.
Yeah, I think when I see like in-store releases and they see guys with a lot of pairs, they kind of realize okay, this like I remember the earlier days of reselling, like the smart managers could figure out like, okay, this guy's like team. You know what I mean? Like one per person. Well, okay, this dude and that dude and that dude are all on the line at the same time, at the same release. Like they're always there. So I'm like, okay, that's team one. Then the next, so you could start putting it together because they try to do the one per entry, or you have to show ID. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Unless you just print out all these different IDs with one account or something like that. But you kind of catch on to that. But now, like a lot of these stores don't even get the hype pairs, so it's kind of like if you want to get the Oreo 5s and try to flip them, like you're not getting me to buy them. Some sucker will buy them.
Right. And Stephanie said that they got a list of the resellers.
That's what I said. Like the smart ones figure it out. Like
that's wild.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know any female resellers.
Out there investigating,
dudes,
and they got your name on this list. Yeah, that's true. If you out there buying, if you got 10 million points in your Foot Locker app, they gonna automatically like, oh, this is
resellers. Like in-store resellers are like, it's like a sausage fest, man. They all show up to that party together at the same time and still have a good time.
Same time, same outfit.
Okay.
The hoodies, slides.
Let me ask y'all this for our guests, right? Like you guys been collecting, right? And y'all collect collectively. Like, what's the craziest thing that you had to go out your way to go get the shoes? Because we were just talking that I've drove 2 miles to go pick up shoes before in New York, and Hop said he's driving 45 minutes to go go enter a raffle for the strawberry cuffs. What's the wildest, craziest thing y'all did to get y'all shoes?
All right, well, I have a few things, but the one that comes to mind the most is, well, first I'll say, we're from Cleveland, Ohio, but we're kind of new to North Carolina. And in February, I actually hit on Hibbett for those silver toes for my wife here, and we drove probably about 60 miles to High Point, North Carolina.
Okay.
There was another time where there were these other Jordan ones, the Singles Day ones, and they had all these trinkets over the laces. There was a lot of hype around them for them to be mid.
Yeah, I remember.
And we went all over Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, looking for these shoes, and fortunately ended up finding them. I think I found them in Raleigh, and then you ended up getting. How did you get your other?
I bought a pair online after that.
Because I ended up finding a pair that were like a half size or size small, so she ended up finding her pair, and then we got rid of the other pair. But I've also been fortunate that I've worked in a lot of stores, so there haven't been many crazy stories, fortunately.
Okay. All right. Favorite part of the show. I'm going to give y'all the big screen. Y'all can go ahead and introduce yourselves to the chat. Y'all can also let the chat know where they can find you. And y'all can also put y'all plugs and everything. But welcome to the cave. And we're going to get this thing started with these clips.
Let's go.
All right, so I'm gonna go first with mine. I went ahead and grabbed.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, sorry. V Weathers Beyonce. My Instagram handle is V Weathers HR. I have a hashtag V Weathers HR Kicks. So if you click the hashtag, it's in my bio. You can see like all the pictures I've posted of my shoes. Really only been posting my sneakers for like the last 6 months or so. So. Been collecting about 10 years, but really just getting into the Instagram thing.
All right. And my name is Chris Weathers, aka Shorty C94. You can find me on Facebook under Chris Weathers, or Instagram is Shorty C94. TikTok as well, Twitter. I've been collecting since 1996. Managed for a lot of companies. Shoe Wise, Foot Locker, Next in Cleveland, Hibbett Sports, Foot Action, which is also Foot Locker. And I currently am a brand manager for Converse.
Oh, man, you the plug. You the plug. You the plug.
That's what I like.
Is he your plug, though? The answer is no.
Yeah, what we got?
He ain't my plug. He ain't nothing. Oh, dang, heartbreak. Okay. I'm just kidding. I'll let him get on with the Fire 10 clips.
Okay. All right. So I'll go first. I mean, I'll be honest with y'all. It was hard to narrow it down. Like when you got hundreds of shoes, like trying to figure out the top 10, like it was tough. But I'm gonna start with these. Kobe Grinches.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Kobe.
Right. Yeah.
Slam dunk. Anniversary. I'm a huge fan of women collabs, so I got
the 98s.
98. Love the color gradient there.
Fire.
Yeah. Love these. This was like one of my earlier cops this year.
Crazy.
Elaine Baines.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'll be breaking these out soon because I'm currently wearing pink all month.
Let's get it, Miss Weathers. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go. Let's get it.
One of my earlier shoes that like I really had to get the Kyrie Dream. This was Cleveland. So Kyrie was the man for a while. That's all we had was Brian came back to it. And then of course the man himself, LeBron, is the boy.
No, you did.
The 12 Davis is like one of my favorites.
Let's go.
Love the color. I'm a huge runner, so the Biotech.
Yes.
Biotech Air Max.
Yes.
The 90 is the shoe I have the most of. And then of course, Satterback women's version.
Satin.
Fire.
Had to break those out. And then as an honorable mention, which came in the mail today, strawberry milk.
There we go.
Able to go to social status because we're right between two locations. Did the in-store raffle, so we was able to hit on those. And
did you say we? Did you say both of y'all hit on those?
Yeah.
Oh man, there we go. That's what.
And
that's
then
what
these also came today. The Saucony
food fight. Oh yeah. Okay. We gotta talk about that one, Dre. I gotta talk about that one.
Yo, we both got these too, so
I gotta talk about that one, Dre Jungles.
Fire. It's a teamwork for me.
Oh my God.
They're just the last two. The one that really started it for me, black and red 11.
Hey, Brett.
Always wanted those as a kid, and then of course the Lady Bay one. Like, gotta love
her. Big her.
Now, if you see a man rocking those shoes, that's pushing the limits. And then I'm all about stealing the Amamanier 3s and some silver toe 1s, but you see a man with those, it's like that Charlie. It's that Charlie Murphy. You know you didn't get that from the men's department. You know damn well that went in the men's section. Good job, V. That was a fire clip. That's a lot of range. I like that.
Oh yeah, I'm all about the range.
All right, y'all ready for me or y'all want to wait?
Now we ready to go ahead, man. Let it go. Let it go.
Well, this is in no particular order. It's 10 shoes, and then it's like three honorable mentions. So we'll start with my favorite shoe, my most prized possession, my Chicago ones from 1994.
Oh shit!
Okay. Oh man,
we outside. We outside.
He's not playing.
Then we'll go with the shoe that started it all for me, Infrared 6.
Damn those DS.
Those are the 19 pair. Yeah, with the Nike Air on the back.
Yeah. Then we'll go with my favorite Kobe 3, Orca.
This is what I'm talking about.
That's the basketball head right there.
This is what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
You shooting 30 in that.
Going with the De La Soul.
There we go.
Oh, the highs. That's the
highs.
I'm picking up and putting
the highs are the real ones, y'all. The lows are kind of the bust down.
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go.
PJ, OG pair, so you can
Oh,
see
y'all don't play.
2010. Those are
Y'all don't
2010s.
play. Y'all don't play.
Hold on.
Gotta go with
Yes.
Yes.
Man, let me tell you something. You a sleeper. I was not expecting this.
What are you doing, Mr. Weathers?
The fire in the chat.
Since I'd shout out my employer, this is one of my favorite shoes from when I was a kid, but you got to have Magic's Converse weapon. Magic's my favorite player.
I'm used to the black and white Larry Bird joints.
Hey, I'm looking for those.
Oh, man, I remember. I'm from Indiana, so I got the basketball signed by him.
Yourself. We're gonna go with the Atmos Air Max 1.
Let's
Top
go.
5 Air Max right there.
I love it.
Sheesh.
Dornbecker 6.
Ooh.
The DB.
Yo, he likes the 6s. I'm noticing the trend.
Six.
They both got the 6s. She has to lay these 6s.
The Air
Oh,
Max
the
95.
neons.
Yeah.
5 favorite
Pair
shoes
of
for
shoes.
me.
Yeah. It's a must.
These are the OG pairs, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a dope dealer special.
Carnivore.
Oh, Carnivore.
Honorable mentions. Go with the Carnivores.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Oh my God. They
Jesus
bring that
Christ.
We
We're
talking
gonna go
about
with the Trainer Max
sneakerheads.
96.
out. Ooh.
Yes.
And then last,
Please, I hope Pop is still in the chat.
I'm gonna end it with the shoe that I wore today. 85 neutral gray ones.
Ooh, those are the originals.
Ooh.
Wow.
And then I also got a pair of food fights like my
Oh
wife.
my God.
He just threw it in the casual.
Hold on.
He just threw it in the casual like, yeah, I got this too.
Hey, look, right before I quit, y'all follow me, Shorty C94. I also do a show called Shorty Sneaker Conversations. It's a live Instagram show. So, definitely check it out. I'm trying to get better with my interviewing skills, but Shorty Sneaker Conversations, follow me at Shorty C94.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Danny crazy. Danny, you crazy.
Hold on, Mr. Weathers. Right? Wifey went off, but you went stupid just now. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Sometimes I go too crazy and hit the wrong button. It'll cut me off. So I need you to do this one favor for me one more time because I was too busy screaming. The very first shoe, I need you to hold that up again and give information out because you don't see this every day in nobody's collection, Mr. Webb.
Oh, DiCarlo has a 94 pair. V has that pair. His pair is like shreds. I remember I saw that too. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
He saves the shoes.
Yeah, I've had these shoes since I was in 8th grade.
Oh my God.
So my dad bought these for me at Champs in Tower City, Cleveland, Ohio. They were on sale for $50 because nobody wanted them.
Right.
Should have asked them for the black and red ones too. So I call these my project.
We're stupid as hell as the kids. I'll give you $8 for raking the whole leaves, the whole house front back. Thank you, Dad. I'm like, you just ripped me off for 7 hours of work.
Like he couldn't believe that he knew I had a lot of shoes, but he couldn't believe I still had these.
Wow.
Right.
Again, I was 15, 14.
Do they still fit? Do they even close to fit?
Oh yeah, I mean,
oh my God.
I will say this: I do feel like Nike shoes were made bigger because these are 10 and a half, so they fit like an uncomfortable 11. But they're definitely still wearable. I'm just not allowed to wear them with her.
Okay, whenever you finish those.
She don't like old looking things, so
whatever.
Okay. Oh my God, Mr. Weathers, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been a lot of clips that came through this show. There's been a lot of impressive clips that came to this show. But you, Mr. You gotta be in my top 5. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, thank you.
Been over 5,000.
Thanks, yo.
Yeah.
You're in my top 5. So at the end of this year, when I'm giving my top 10 clips, you're definitely gonna see where you rank in between my personal clips. Mr. Williams, you did your thing, and I gotta give you your props.
Thank you.
Because all of them is OGs. Oh my God. All right, listen, y'all more than welcome to stay up here and have general sneaker conversation with us. But if you do have to go, we do appreciate your time for coming. And we keep in touch with us. Like you said, you guys got so many pairs of shoes. Don't let that be the last time you stop by to the show and show off your shoes. Like we had about 47 people up in here before, well, we got 35 now, but we had up to 47 tonight. So you definitely get a chance to display your shoes and different viewers and stuff through YouTube. So I appreciate y'all so much for coming through. And then, like I said, if you want to stay up here and just have a conversation, cool. I'm not clicking the X button, so that's up to y'all. So I appreciate y'all, and I'm giving y'all your flowers.
Thank you.
I wanna take a moment and give a big shout out to the chat too, because we love y'all, man. we
I want to say about this shoe, about the food fight in the chat. Definitely, I want to give a shout out to the Retro Top Forum guys and Caddy.
Yes.
This shoe is exactly what Nike was talking about when they were saying the smaller brands like coming into the forefront.
Yes.
No one said that they're boycotting Nike. No one said that Nike is done. What they're saying is there's players at the table now that have a seat.
Right.
And they did not have one before.
Thanks,
But because Nike is all about like keeping products away from people, these other companies will either steal their strategy and make collabs with the same people, or they'll just make dope shoes like this and they'll just make them available and restock them.
What was the retail on those?
140. And that's the thing, what I'm saying to these Nike defenders, this is not a cheap shoe. Like Sauconys, when I had the original Shadow originals in high school, they were like 50, 60 bucks. Like they competed on budget with like your New Balance 574s, your Cortezes, and stuff like that, and the Reebok Classics. Like they were competing on like a price comfort shoe because you couldn't afford the Jordans or Air Maxes. So this is retail 140. So if people are selling this Saucony out at 140, that's telling Nike that it's not a money thing with people. And it said, they're worried about losing the obsessed sneakerhead, was what they said in the article. So the people like us in the chat, or people on this panel, especially in this chat, like we're not just buying like 3 pairs of shoes a year. Like people may be buying like 20, 30 pairs of shoes a year. And instead of having all 30 of them being Nikes, they may be like 20. That's that's a reduction, and you're getting them resell. So Nike's not even getting our money. GOAT and StockX and eBay are getting our money. So they're losing on every front. People are buying UAs, people are buying other brands, or they're getting them from resale. So like Nike, please pump out more pairs. I don't want to hear, they'll sit. They don't make enough shoes to know what will sit anymore other than the trash that you see in Foot Locker. Those are the stuff that's sitting. You go in Foot Locker, you're like, wow, I see it at Foot Locker. That means sit. If it's on the shelf anywhere, it's a sitter.
I'm going to do a mic check real fast. Can you guys hear me? Because people saying that it sounds like
you just have to talk directly into the head of your mic, or just turn it.
That's what it is.
Like directly, because you're talking into it like because it's tilted like from the sideways. I think you just have to tilt it. Yeah, and then you're coming in crystal clear after that. But salutes to the Retro Talk Forum guys and Caddy for putting everybody on the food fights.
And make sure y'all go sub up to Retro Talk Forum too. Like I said, one half of Retro Talk Forum showed me what these David Robinsons are, and like he said, the other half showed you. Okay.
The food fights. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And we have a wild comment. Steph said that might be YouTube sneaker of the year. Woo!
I said that on my Instagram post today. That's what I posted today.
To say.
That came like out of nowhere too. It was a good shoe. Like
it's mad comfortable too, man. Good materials. It's really comfortable.
Flaming emojis because the chat gave y'all some. The chat gave y'all some love. So as y'all was showing,
I see.
Here go all the chat.
I'm soy sauce a sneaker guy.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm going through these comments real quick. Got Anthony Turner showing love. Stephanie showing love. Got No Limit showing love.
Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. We definitely do our background checks before we bring people on the show. So we knew you guys have shoes, but not a clip like that. It was okay.
Y'all went crazy, man. And like I said, that's top 5 to me. These comments are still going. My computer a little slow, but these comments are still going. It's wild. We're gonna have to catch it on the playback if they ain't here today. All right. Now, moving on. We switching gears. We got another clip going on. Now, if you pop in from time to time, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it might be different guests that you might meet. You might catch them on the playback. You might catch them in the highlights on Instagram. Hell, you might even catch them live. So, with that being said, my homegirl, Kiki, she's been up here setting this stage on fire from time to time. And what gets me, Kiki is different, right? Because like she really got stuff that people don't have. Like you wouldn't see your average, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, you wouldn't see your average female or male with some of these kicks that she have. You know what I'm saying? Like when she be pulling out the 90s kick or showing her range, I be lost for words, bro. So it's like, Kiki, you anytime you can come on the show and show us the collection. And y'all see her on the gram cutting up too with all the different flicks and stuff like that. I'll be like, go ahead, Kiki. And then I'll get a little double tap John. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the stage again, Miss Kiki. Go ahead, put some respect on
Oh
your
my
name.
gosh. You making me blush over here. You making me blush.
You be doing your thing. You gotta put some respect on it.
I appreciate it. I'm great. How are y'all?
Good.
Man, I can't call
Good.
Yeah,
You got me out. Literally, my cheeks all red right now. Get me out that
my bad, Miss Kiki.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
So
it.
let the crowd know, because there might be some new people watching tonight. This is their first time. Let everybody know who you are, where you from, how you got into kicks and everything.
Oh, did she clap herself?
Oh, did she? Oh, she did clap herself. Oh, snap. She'll be back. In the meantime, I can go ahead. We'll play some clips from the last show.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's get it.
Okay.
I'm fucking with you.
I'm fucking with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Icy.
All right.
Sub-Zero.
My Bodega's blazer.
Oh, it's tough.
Whoa.
Is that the city? Is that the city?
Hold on. That's how you come in, kid. Wait. Hold on. That's
5 threes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those different. I like those. Okay.
Got the TD7s.
Oh, yes.
Man, she's just showing off some heaters.
The Olivia Kim.
Yes.
Man, come on, man.
Yo, Fresh Goods.
Yeah, she playing.
Y'all and Danny bring down the neighborhood when you show her clips. Y'all know that,
let me tell
right?
you something. The last clip that I just showed, that's Danny, right? That's Miss Danny. Miss Danny be inside all these sneaker YouTube battles, right? There's so many battles that go on throughout YouTube, if you guys are unaware. And there's some tournaments that go on for $1,000, $1,600, things of that nature. Miss Danny is always in the finals. And even if she's the only female out of like 16 that participated, she's always either, if she's not in the final, she's either the champion, the finalist, or she's in the final four. It's never no worse than that. And I don't even think I ever seen her get eliminated in the final four. I'm always seeing her in the finals, and it doesn't matter who's in the final. You could talk about.
I'm excited for that one.
Danny is always in the final, so that's
and
women.
When she's not battling and she's in the chat and you're on the panel, she'll let you know if you have a bad internet connection, camera, lighting,
let you know if your mic
sound. Mike, like if you're like, do I sound good? You know how you can do the StreamYard check. Just go live and look at the chat, and if you see Danny Shade, she will let you know if you're stealing internet.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's Kiki back up there. Let's Kiki.
I don't know what happened.
That's cool.
I don't know what happened. It just literally just was like peace. It was like deuces. I'm out.
Oh, good.
You got some heat. That's what it is.
But anyway, what were you asking me?
I was going to ask you, is it possible if you could let for our first time viewers or people who enjoy when you come onto the show, just give them a refresher of who you are, where you're from, and how you got into sneakers and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the.
Of course. I am Kiki. Everybody struggles with my Instagram name. I don't know why, but it's QC Kiki Cutie. I'm from Charlotte originally, hence the QC. But everybody struggles with that. I don't know why. And I actually been into sneakers since middle school because I played basketball, so I've always been into sneakers. My second job was at Champs at East Lamar in 2002, so that's when it all started. That's really when it started because I was getting discounts and I could just pull the shoe, put my name on it. So I still have some of them from those days actually, so I'm a little bit like Shorty, but not on his level. And shout out to Shorty because I was actually on his show. So I knew he was going to come. Him and his wife D was going to come with some fire. But yeah, I love sneakers. I've been into it. Like them, I'm just getting into the scene of like, the IG and, YouTube and all of that. But I've been doing it for a long time.
Okay. So let us see what you brought to the cave tonight.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well.
Dun-dun-dun.
Y'all know I always.
Dun-dun-dun.
Well, I'm gonna start with my reach backs because I didn't like. I don't want to dub myself the queen of the reach back, but I've been on a reach back kick because I just be so frustrated with trying to get new releases. So I'm gonna bring out some stuff that I had I got back when I had in high school, and I reached back and got it. And I'm amazed at how I find some of these in excellent condition and the price. But we'll start with this. Like this right here, when this came, I literally just sat in awe and just looked because I'm gonna just show y'all the box first.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. We got a pack. Okay. Hold on. Okay.
So it's the pack. Yeah, this is the pack. This is the 2008. This is that 17 and 6 pack. And I really wanted it. Yes. And at the time, I was working at Foot Locker. I was in college, but I was just too poor to actually get it because it was retail for like $200. And college students, we poor. And of course, this box, like I said, I'm gonna have to. It's the best.
Oh my god!
Like when I opened it, like I was like, oh my god, I can't. The condition, I'll probably not wear these, especially these Carmines, because they are just very delicate and fragile. This is an old shoe.
Flaming emojis.
These will probably be just a collector's item. And then I really got them for the 17s because I'm on this kick now. I want all the high numbers.
Yes, sir.
These you probably will see me wear. These are in wearable condition. I probably can't walk long in them. They'll probably be like
you putting up 30 in those. You putting up a good 30 in those.
You ain't putting up 30. Don't weigh yourself when you're wearing that shoe. You tell the doctor to take them off.
Right. Another reach back. This colorway was just really rare. Another one that I worn once.
Oh wow.
Those
in the gingers,
colorway, right?
Oof.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker hooped in them and they fell off.
Right. So another reach back that came in recently too, which I found in excellent condition.
Oh my god!
This suede.
18s.
You playing? Why you playing tonight, Miss Kiki?
Chat going crazy.
That's a slap.
There's like the Wizards era shoes.
Splash.
Another reach back.
Yeah.
You gotta get that.
Splash.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Those are the only phones I have.
I random pick up the NBA pack of that dunk.
Yeah.
And I thought those were really dope. Another just random reach back pick, the Hollywoods. I always liked the Hollywoods.
Oh my god!
I thought these were really dope.
Brown gang.
So I picked these up for the Lolo. And then these are some of the, now. First of all, let me pause. I am very salty because everybody on the panel got their food fights except for me. And we're talking about it. I'm really salty, but I know that's a beautiful shoe. And when I first saw him release, I was like, I gotta have them. I didn't realize it was gonna be hype behind them. I just knew I wanted them because Saucony has just been killing the game lately. Just had to throw that in there. But we're gonna change it up a little bit. It's Halloween.
Nice. I got the slip-on Friday the 13th boys.
These are
nice.
Dope.
I got the house roll.
Really dope. Yeah, these are really dope. So I had to pick those up.
I gotta get those to match my roll.
Another one that's been doing good along with Saucony is New Balance. Of course, everybody knows New Balance been killing it. So I call them my Steve Jobs because it's that Apple, that Macintosh. I don't know if you can see. Trying to see this.
Apple about to pay you. Apple about to pay her today. Apple.
Yeah.
So you got that Nike, Steve Jobs. There you go. Now you can see it. Yeah. So it looks like the old Macintosh. I had to grab those.
Yeah, that's fire.
On those.
That's fire. That's fire.
These were a restock. Caught these on a restock. Y'all know I love different stuff. So I got the Chewbacca.
Man, I call them the Yetis, but this is
It's Chewbacca.
I like the whole like
Star
the
Wars.
they got the belt
Star
thing
Wars,
going
yeah,
across
yeah,
the
yeah,
front.
yeah, yeah.
For his chest piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And the box is dope too. The box is really dope.
Facts.
Another restock that I just caught the other day that Nike just, and I went ahead and grabbed them just because I like different stuff. So I got the What the
Okay.
Fives.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You know, caught them on the restock. Like I said, this is just my latest like pickups. This is just what I've been getting. This is probably the newest one I got other than my food fights that ain't came in.
She's low key like, man. She's I don't know if she's mad at us for showing them, or she's mad at FedEx. I'm hoping she's taking it out on FedEx. I don't want to get
I'm
her
mad
way.
at FedEx. I'm mad at FedEx. I'm definitely
Everybody
mad at FedEx.
mad at FedEx right now.
Oh, don't get me started. What
And
they did with
then
my box.
A couple of just extra. Adidas has been really, really good to me lately too.
Yes, they have.
There again, Adidas they had some good restock. So I caught the
Weatherspoons, ZX joints.
Those are Weatherspoons.
Yeah, the ZXs. Yeah.
Oh my God, my boy got those.
Like I said, and the thing that I love about these other brands, like with your Saucony and your New Balance, is the quality. The quality is better. I hate to say this than Nike and Jordan. And a lot of us OGs say that because it's the quality is just amazing. Like that's how I'm so mad about them Saucony food fights. I know I've been telling everybody I know they're beautiful in hand because the quality is just so good. And then another
They're asking where you get that shirt from, Miss Kiki.
where did I get this shirt? I actually got this shirt at a sneaker show. It was a guy that was selling them, and I can't remember his name to save my life right now. But
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Little pop. Yeah, pops.
Just for doing the restocks.
Okay.
I caught a lot. That's where I got the Chewbaccas, these, all of them. So, yeah,
Chewbacca. That's the name of it. Okay.
Yeah, the Chewbacca. So yeah, that's what I'm playing with. Just the last 10 or so I picked up.
Hold on, let me give you a flower.
That was nice.
The chat going crazy. Damn.
I gotta put these old ones back in the box gingerly so they don't crumble in my hand.
Yeah. And see, wait, somebody said Miss Kiki is about to blow off the rest of the stage that's on fire. Yeah, get the fire extinguisher right there, bro.
But I will tell you, Kiki, Dre's show is good luck because I was on here last week and I complained about my white Gundams not showing up, and then the very next day they showed up.
Oh yeah,
so your shoes will show up. They'll show up.
They'll be here tomorrow. They can definitely be here tomorrow. I already know.
Hey man, whatever FedEx does, they got it. They got this status called "We don't know yet. We'll let you know when we know," which is not very helpful. And it's red. They have the nerve to cut. They color it red. It says delayed. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. It's obviously delayed because it says initial date this, and it's way past that. So they showed up the day after.
I also think they'd be thinking like, how many times have you checked your tracking number? Oh, you really want these? All right, let's hold it. Hey, don't put them on the truck today. Don't put them on the truck. They check the tracking number like 8 times.
You know what else they do? We cop a lot. I feel like they hold our stuff until they get like 3 or 4 pairs before they.
Then they be like, all right, one trip.
The worst. Every day. I'll say the worst feeling is because I'm in the supply chain world. That's what I do for, to afford this terrible habit that we all share.
Life we chose.
And I'm in supply chain, and the worst is when you call the escalation hotline. You they instead of choosing those things, you just keep saying customer service, and you get somebody. No disrespect, it's like a foreign person who states the obvious, but they got an attitude too. That's the part that sets me off. They're like, we are in a situation where we have more packages than planes. I'm like, say something slick like that one more time. No shit. It's been in France 14 days. I'm I'm asking when it's getting on the plane, not when, I'm not even saying deliver it. I'm like, when do you expect to get it on the plane? I'm not even asking for the world. But that's probably the most demeaning feeling when they got international support and they get an attitude on you in English. It's very demeaning. You don't know what to do at first. You're just like, did I deserve that?
They're definitely gonna show up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like my high school chemistry teacher. It seemed like every difficult subject or course that I took, it was always someone foreign who I didn't understand. And nobody believed me the reason why I got those grades, bro. I couldn't understand.
Yeah, I've been there.
All right, so let's switch gears a little bit. Dub P, do you want to, take over for a second and give us a little bit of sneaker information if you have some?
Yeah, my question is, my rant that I was talking about was, you guys were on break when they released the rumored Trophy Room 7s that are supposed to look like kind of like this Olympic colorway.
Yep.
And and they haven't come out yet, and they're starting to release all these statements about fairness and everything. But like, forget what they say. My question to people in the chat, because I really want the chat to answer my question, is, we got so many like codes, like how we treat other people, or how people treat us, that we live by. Like, hey man, like you cheat on me, like that relationship is over. Like you don't text me back, like whatever, it's a wrap. You lied in my face, like you're dead to me. Like we have all these things, but yet Marcus Jordan, we still keep buying it. Well, people still keep buying his shoes, even though he toyed with all of everybody's emotions. He wasted everybody's time trying to enter that in-store raffle. The email doesn't work. He's over here tweeting people. He's probably laughing. Hey guys, we're working with tech support. We're doing the best we can. You know what I mean? No, they already backdoored him. And we're all talking about how we entered, if it got through.
Right.
My question is this: how come we don't keep the same energy by just saying, you know what, Marcus Jordan, I'm not even going for your shoe for retail. How come we don't let people trample us in our real life, but then we let a dude waste our time? You was all at work entering that raffle too. So don't act like you didn't have to step away. You were at work when that raffle went down. I remember that because I'm in like a middle time zone.
Yep,
I'm in mountain time, so I'm in the middle time zone. So I'm like, not of lunchtime, not typical lunchtime, not breakfast. You're probably on the way. You definitely pulled over, did something in that raffle. So like, I want to ask the chat is, are we as a community capable of just letting the resellers get them and then just being like, I'm not buying anything that says Trophy Room. I told Dre Jungles in the chat, if someone gave them to me for free, I would just resell them. I wouldn't even want anything that said Trophy Room.
I don't know.
That's a good question, though.
That's why I want to know the chat. Like, are y'all capable of saying, man, you did me wrong, I'm not supporting you anymore? Are we capable of that in the sneaker community? I know we're capable about that in life, but are we capable of kind of boycotting, if you want to call it that, in the community? So I just want to hear people's thoughts on if that's even possible, and are you willing to do it, or how you felt about it?
I think some people say yes, but at the same time, the reason I say no is because maybe like it's kind of like a psychology thing where you kind of you'll say, okay, I'm not going to get this. Screw Marcus Jordan, screw Jordan. And then as far as like when you start, I think it's sometimes like these brands, they send the signals as far as, I know there was like a study as far as like with the retail shopper and all this other stuff, where it kind of keeps going in their face, especially like I said, these strawberry coughs and all this stuff. I keep going down the feed and I'm like, oh, okay. I think sometimes it kind of is like a mental tick where some people are like, you know what? I'm going to kick the habit. I'm relapsing again. I think it's kind of like a relapse thing with retail therapy, and when some people, they throw those signals, these brands do, where it's kind of hard to kind of think with logic sometimes.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
The tough part is we still want the shoe, right? Like we want it, so we gonna try to get it whatever way we can. I mean, look at all what happened with Nike. If we didn't boycott them, we still be on sneakers every other drop, even though we know the bots gonna get it there and whatever was going on with the VP and her son. Like, we still gonna try to get them because we want them.
That's actually, I don't know. I think the thing is, Jordan brand, it's such a powerful brand. Like, I don't know, and I'm gonna knock on wood because in case this ever happens. I mean, what do you think? Like, especially with the cancel culture and all this stuff. If something were to come out about Michael Jordan and Marcus Jordan, something happened decades ago, do you think people would boycott the shoe?
No, they still listen to R. Kelly.
No, not at all.
I'm glad you said that, Miss Weathers, because that's funny. R. Kelly did all them stuff to the little girls, and there was still a fan at one time when he had bail. There was still a fan that bailed him out on $100,000 bail or $1 million bail. She put up $100,000. Brought him McDonald's and everything.
That was the Riley Friedman Boondocks episode.
Oh, there's people that love Jordan in their heart.
I move out the way.
Never met him.
That's what he said. Yeah, it's like it's funny. Like when you see that episode, I don't know if you've seen that Boondocks episode where Riley defended him staunchly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people thought like he's supporting R. Kelly, but like if you know the genius of Aaron Magruder, he's really making fun of the people that support him. So some people are like, yeah, I'm like, he's making fun of y'all.
He's making fun of y'all.
Like that's not a good thing. Like he's saying it's like really obvious what he did. But my second part to that question was on the resale standpoint, if people just boycotted the resale, it's like, all right, Marcus, right, sell your shoes, let all the resellers get their storage unit shot, of like 100 pairs. If you boycotted them, do you think they would either like panic sell and just sell them to get something back, or do you think they'll just hold on to them and see if people want them later on? That's my second part, to see like what kind of damage do you think you could do to maybe the resale market if that happened. That was my second part of the question.
I think it depends on the resellers. There's some of them that's been in the game so long where they can sit on them and wait for them.
They'll wait. Yeah.
But these fly by night people, they want their money.
Get them off. They're gonna get them off.
We go to the Nike outlet all the time and see random shoes that got returned because they couldn't flip them.
They couldn't.
And it'd be about 30 to 60 days from the release date where they appear on the wall. We was like, yeah, they couldn't flip those. That's all. They couldn't flip it.
Yeah.
And that don't make no sense because, like you said earlier, there's people that will go and buy 50 of the same shoe just to sell them for $20 more, just to get whatever you can squeeze out of doing that many pairs together. Yeah. And it's like at that point, that's a fucking waste of time, bro. Just get somebody to shoot at what to shoot.
Right. I think like you were saying with the marketing, if the only way I think that we could probably get people to boycott and stop doing that is if there was no social media, there was no marketing, because it all goes back to that. It's strategy, especially people that are newer into the sneaker community. You got to think all they see is what they see on Instagram or what they see posted, what they're seeing on. So it's constantly being pumped. But like, oh geez, I think we could probably do it because, you know what I'm saying, we know what's going on. But if there was no Instagram, I think it'd be a lot easier. I think it'd be
like my thought about Trophy Room is like,
it.
Even people that buy the fakes, I'm like, you're still glorifying his store. Like you're still glorifying the fuck shit that he started. Excuse my language. I'm like, I'm not saying like that, like you're hurting. Yeah, you're taking a pinch at Nike, but like you're still pumping him up. Like you're like, he doesn't even deserve a shoe. He didn't even have a store. Like he's not Kith. He's not social status. He's not Alma Manier. He doesn't have like 10 locations. Like I'm like, if you really go to his website, he's sold out 99% of the time. Yeah. So as a buyer, that's what I do for a living. That's a side of bad supply chain and bad like product estimation. So like, dude, get some act right. But like, I'm like, so he gets a shoe. Like it's the same way that you see nepotism in others, parts of your life. And I'm like, he's obviously getting it from a family connection. So I'm like, so you're supporting a guy who gets a shoe from a family connection, and then he backdoored all the pairs. So, and he gives them to the famous people. Fat Joe got his pair. He didn't have to come out 3 bands for the shoe. Bun B and Mayer got his pair. Okay. And then resellers got them. So then the people that are paying 3 bands are us, or people are crazy enough to do it or whatever. So I'm like, why isn't that enough reason to be like, I wouldn't even care if it was a Trophy Room coaster. I wouldn't want it.
The hype.
Yeah, that's funny.
The hype.
That's all it is. It's hype, bro. And like
it's
you said, you take away social media, you take away all this other stuff, there will be no hype over it. Like, and I'm totally fine with no hype. I think two things they can do to get rid of the hype is just keep actually honoring everybody's, honoring your demand. They came out with the article last week saying that over 700, 800,000 people go to the sneaker app on a release day, and they only occupying 7% of that. That's outrageous. If you can at least honor half of that, then that would kill whatever market that's about to start on that shoe. And then if you flood the fucking stores with the rest of the half, then you straight. You got people, and then if you keep restocking, it's gonna kill the value of that shoe. There's people that's letting Fire Red 5 sit all last year because they kept restocking. There's people that let TMP 6s sit on shelves. They let Flint 7s this year sit on shelves. They let Raging Bulls you can get. You could got Carmine. You can get damn near GRs basically that was released that's classics, real OGs. That some that Jordan even wore. You'll catch them sitting on the shelves because they ain't got no hype to it. But you'll get like a UNC one that's gonna go for $400 and something because it's UNC and everybody wants it and stuff like that.
But from a I'm not defending Nike at all. I don't want to sound like devil's advocate for the bullshit. I don't condone it. But I think at the same time too, what Nike's trying to do and is a give and take relationship. So obviously you see the BS that'll sit sometime. Well, yeah, like you said, Raging Bulls, I wouldn't say set, but they were available. What else was available? Fire Red 5s, DMP 6s. So I think in some aspects, what their main thing is, I mean, I haven't seen earnings or nothing like that. They're trying to please the shareholder as far as like, I don't know, with products to consumer. So it still creates kind of supply and demand, but at the same time, as crazy as they are, because they're a multi-billion-dollar organization every year as far as what they bring in. But I think it's like they're being a little bit of they're trying to cut cost in certain aspects when they don't need to, unfortunately. So I think Nike gives, but I think they don't give when we want them to give, if that makes sense.
Heartbreak, what you think, man?
Yeah.
What's Heartbreak think about? This is where I want to bring in Heartbreak because he's the interview king of getting people on. So what's really messed up, and I thought about this after we got off the live stream last week. They are pushing people to this app. They're like knowing that they don't have the shoes to buy to it. They're interviewing people. Yo, Virgil designed this shoe, knowing we can't get it. Aleli made. They're doing all these live stream interviews on the app, and it says demand's up 70%. The sneakers app unique users is up 57%. $1.69 billion is the estimated, like if you want to monetize the demand. And there's 300 to 750K in the drop, and they're telling us to use the app. I'm like, okay, a couple things. There's not a shortage of app users. Mm-hmm. So like my thing for Heartbreak is, do you even bother watching those interviews knowing that like you can't hit on the shoes? And like, how would you feel about setting up these interviews, kind of like toy with people, but like, if you use the app, you will raise your percentage.
I want to know
what you think.
I'm not even gonna lie. I definitely fell for it. I was watching every live full. My thumb was hurting from smashing the like button.
Fire emoji.
The only one thing I can say off of that thing, it was a shock drop. And that's how I got the Magma Orange Air Maxes. That was a surprise to me at the end of a live. Other than that, it's been dry ever since.
I think I got my Jubilees off of there too, off one of those lives. So
I'm frustrated that they even let people know that that's how you get.
Yeah, because I was literally watching them before that.
Like I've been watching that stuff and been doing that stuff. And my husband to tell you, I used to hit on sneakers quite a bit. I was able to get his Doran Becker 6s for him and a few other things. So I had a good rapport with Nike. I feel like they done messed it up because now everybody doing that. But I will tell you,
pandemic, yo. A lot of people
when the Lady May 14s came out.
Right.
I did not go for those. As a man, I did not. I left those alone. If I see any man with the Billie Eilish 15s on, I'm joning on you. I'm joning on you. That shoe looks like a sofa.
Yeah, I'm good.
When I got my dog walkers, it was a piece of cake just going in at work when I barely have any service, barely have this and that, but it was a piece of cake in 2016 or 17, whatever it came out, to go on the sneakers app, see a shoe that's releasing right then and there. It was kind of like, for me, my experience back then, it was like a 50-50 thing. Like they would really like bless you here. You might miss one or two, but then you getting blessed here. Now the pandemic happened. There's about almost 400,000 people new to the app. And I felt like Nike is targeting those people and not the people that have been on since 2012, 2013, 15, et cetera, et cetera.
Can I confirm for you, they definitely are. One of my friends from high school, not into sneakers at all. She been seeing me post. downloaded the sneakers app and got early access to them Shimmer 4s, and I didn't even hit. They definitely are.
Hey, let all the OGs boost up the hype and give all the newbies so they get hooked on it. So they get that first taste of the rock.
Right.
Get the scratch going. I see what they're doing. They're like leaking the drugs in the neighborhood.
Exactly. I was just about to say.
This dude's already like immune. Like they're not going to rehab. We're gonna give these people half the rock to see if they get on it.
And it's what Struggle said. Struggle said he's not trying to play that, but I gotta be with him. Nike is genius. This is genius what they are doing. They know exactly what they are doing. They're setting up so you are fiending. I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what it is. People are fiending for this. People are on their phones, waking up, getting on. Did I hit? Shaking, scratch. Like they are genius. This is genius because they know if they decrease the supply, but like people want it, so you're hyping it up. It's all a part of the plan, which is why me personally, I don't even go for new releases no more. I really don't. Like I can't tell you the last time I went for a new release because I don't even want the headache, the struggle, because I'm just like I said, being able to just go get a shoe, I'm still in that mindset, but I just don't even want to deal with the hype. Like I have to really, really, really want the shoe, and I didn't want other brands, to get the shoe. But Nike is genius. I got to give them credit. What they're doing is very smart. It's a very strategic move. And then eventually they might come back around. But when this pandemic hit, they was like, oh, these people just going to be at home bored on their phone. Oh,
everybody's trying to resell these.
And let's take a rewind back to memory lane. I swear I'm not a Nike advocate, but if you guys are watching, hit my DM. Anyways, so like when we look back in the early 2000s, like I wouldn't say the mid 2000s, I remember like when those Knicks ones, those Laney ones, all that stuff was sitting. I can't believe what the prices they're going for now.
Yeah.
So I think too, at the same time, like I said, I still hate Nike and the fuck shit. I really do, really. But at the same time, I think they were like, wait a minute, we were putting out, well, not good quality shoes, but they were putting out decent shoes and stuff was sitting where we were putting out supply, and the consumer or us as a whole through forums and things are like, man, this is sitting, like Jordan Brand sucks. And then, God forbid, like I said, I hate the pandemic happened, but at the same time, this was a time for them to capitalize, be like, well, you weren't grateful for what we had, what we gave you at one point, even though some of it was trash. Now we're going to see how you like it now. And then I don't really know with what's going on in the world, if that's kind of playing a factor into this, like with shortages and the way inflation is too. So I don't really know that aspect as far as the supply chain, as far as like what's going on over there, what's causing this big spike as well, because it seems like there's shortages everywhere.
Right.
I think the big issue too is no one wears their shoes, and I mean that's obvious because if it sits in a box, it's still dead stock. You could resell it. Like you get the temptation, you're like, and that's why like my thing is I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but what I do is I post pictures because I'm in the nature and I'm into hiking. I'll wear like crazy shoes and I will wear them. Like I spent 30 minutes cleaning out. I stepped in horse manure and I went to the canyons in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Oh, Lord.
Dude, do not step in horse manure with Dunks and Jordan ones because you will spend forever in these little creases trying to get them all out. It's the worst experience. But it goes back. And that's why I wanted to post wearing them because I think this stigma that, I see so many 10 clips and I didn't see it with you guys, thank God. People have the lace bag still on them. But like they have zero intention of ever, like, thank God for you, Mr. Weathers, because you had the 94s that have been through the fire. And I think, even if someone has the intention of wearing them, they keep them in the boxes, they keep them dead stock, and then they see that next shoe that they want, they flip it so they could get that shoe. And it's like, it's because they're so afraid to wear the shoe now. It's just like, I think that they see the dollar signs on the shoe and I'm just like, like, damn.
It's just rubber and leather.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now they're going to be sold at Sotheby's for $23,000 and stuff.
Yeah. I remember one time I wore a shoe. I think it was the Cause 4 when it had released years ago. And luckily it started snowing. I didn't know it started snowing. I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna walk inside and people are looking at me like, dude, are you insane? I was like, it's just a shoe. It'll be all right.
Wear your kicks.
Just
wear your kicks.
That's my question to the panel. Like, do you guys wear your kicks?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do when I have time. It's hard now when you work but I try to get through them. It's just tough.
Yeah. I mostly only wear it on the weekend. I mostly wear mine on the weekend.
Yeah, I wear them on the weekend, and I used to wear them at work, but somebody used to snitch like, "Oh, he wearing his shoes in the warehouse. Oh, he in the lab with no safety shoes."
When I was in the office, I couldn't wait for Dress Down Friday. I used to be cracking heads every Friday with my sneakers. Like, if people used to be like, "What are those? What are those?" Like, yeah.
And when people do wear them, there's a StockX tag. And I got a new thing. If you're at a crosswalk and a car just like hits you at a crosswalk and they like almost kill you, but you survive, that driver's not at fault if you got the StockX tag on.
Yeah, that's Gen Z. That's the whole Gen Z type thing. I think Gen Z.
I'm like, hey man, that person was wilding and it distracted the driver, and he had the StockX tag on, thinking that was going to like boost his credibility in these streets. I don't know. I think the cops should just look the other way.
I feel like that's their attempt to prove that they're real, but they real StockX tags. Like, that means nothing.
Let me go clip some of these tags off I was gonna wear. These guys.
Oh man.
Yeah, I see that all the time. I'm like, what are you doing?
But nah, I definitely wear my kicks. I wear mine, and my 14s, my black toes that hurt my heart. They are starting to give me the death crack. But I 14s do. But I wear my kicks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear them. That's why I buy them. Right. If I get around to it, like some people are like, why would you wear that? Why not? Like if I'm going to Target, if I want to put on a kick, I put on my kicks.
Now I will say this: there are certain shoes that I have to always have around me, dead stock, just in case something happens. Like with these sixes, this is the shoe that started for me.
Right.
So I've always got to have a pair of them around. Same thing with the Concords. Like we moved down here, and we had movers, and I knew that all my shoes, man, I'll make it. They only took 6 pair, and one of them was hard lines I wore.
They only took 6. That sounds like your mover sounds like. So Just Blaze, obviously one of the biggest producers. I remember he said his doorman took when he got his shoes stolen, they took like all the hype ones. He was like, man, that doorman knew which ones to leave, which ones he was going to steal.
I fear for
How did
that
it just take 6?
I've gotten got. It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. And I that's kind of like almost what happened to me. I just got my whole driveway just done, and I came home one day. And y'all know my stuff in the garage, and then the garage doors was wide open, and the kids open the garage, and they like, oh yeah, they said that they needed to get in the cracks and crevices and stuff, and
they finesse the kids,
right? And I'm like, listen, like the type of people that was doing this job looked like they just was fresh out and they was working under the table. You know what I'm saying? So even if they didn't take nothing now, I didn't want them, because I live in a nice neighborhood, so it's nothing for them to hit the city, get right with their mask and stuff, and come back. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to tell them, like, listen, this worth a little something here. You can't just be leaving the garage doors open and letting while they over there working and looking at the same time. And it's like, that was very tough for me. Luckily, nothing ain't never really happened.
I was about to ask you to Dre, buy a whole bunch of pit bulls outside.
Yeah. Like I just came home.
This place is all secure now, shit. Rig system.
That was a nasty taste in my mouth. I went off. What the hell was wrong?
That's scary. Right, that's real though. Like you can't just let everybody in your house. Like before we moved here, like he didn't like let just random people over our house because of the collection my husband got. He got over 1,000 pairs. Like, so when people see that, they automatically think we got it. Like,
hell yeah, I'm the same way too. I'm like Beauty and the Beast. You are not to go to that West Wing. Hey.
That was a lot.
I know you're Bell, but like I told you not to go. I'm just kidding.
And that's what made me
because they didn't want. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Struggle.
No, you go ahead. It's your show, brother. I'm good.
No, I was just gonna say that's what kind of like intimidate people from sometimes for showing their collection, because people in their neighborhood can see what they have and stuff like that, and it's like it's kind of a tough thing. That's like it's a back and forth thing, but hopefully no one if you got a big collection like that, make sure you secure your collection.
Don't come in my house. That's all I got to say. Don't come in my house.
Yeah,
All I got to say.
That's why I kind of didn't really want to do social media. Social media.
Yeah,
I was kind of paranoid with that. Like I didn't want to come on here at first, like to do stuff like that because I was kind of like private. I mean, come in my house. Good luck with that. But at the same time, it's just that I didn't want people to kind of know what I had.
I call it the sneakerhead per capita rule. Like when I'm in Colorado in the mountains, like if anyone sees their shoes and they don't know shoes, they'll say stuff like this. Those shoes are dandy. They're not stealing my shoes. They're not stealing my shoes. I get somebody who's like, oh man, it's almost tight. And I'm like, oh shit, they might steal my shoes.
Yep.
But where I am, like it's just not a big sneakerhead culture. So like even like when you have lay people or contractors in your home, it's just like, and they've seen them, so I've been lucky. But like when I lived in Indiana, like it was wildly different. In Indiana, where the Concords released, they shot up the mall in 1996, and I never went to that mall again. But I was just like, you know what I mean? Like it's completely different. So I think it's also geographic location too. Just like people like who know shoes and they know to steal them. Like I think it's really messed up that it's like that. But
Yeah, that's why when I moved with the Army the first time, like when I moved and I had like 200, I think it was like 200, 250 pairs at the time. And they were like, no, we're going to box these up. I literally drew. I said, don't worry, I'm going to follow you. I literally drew right after that.
You're the seal over here driving this blind spot stuff.
So then they put it in the little seal where they drilled it in the little big boxes. It's always your stuff. They're like, do you really need to stay here? I was like, yes, sir. I'm going to watch you do it. I was like, yes, I'm going to watch you. And then the second time I got lazy, and then that's when they stole like 10, 15 pairs of my shoes. But at that point, I was kind of like, I didn't care at that point. I was like, it's just shoes. I was pissed though, but it was just shoes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
they only took 6 of mine.
Oh man.
They did take the Concords I wear. That's why this pair is dead stock, because I won't wear them until I get another pair like the pair I had.
But that's different. That's different though. You still wear the shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a sentimental.
You just got pairs of ice, so you could rewear them.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. That's totally different.
Oh man.
But we're almost hitting the 2-hour mark. I want to thank our guests for coming up here. I want to thank Struggle for coming up here. Struggle always come through showing support and love. I want to thank the chat. Welcome Dub P to the family. For those who don't know, Dub P is definitely part of the Cave now.
That was a diversity hire, y'all.
Oh shit! Yeah, we had to balance out the paperwork, HR stuff. But
that's called affirmative action.
I just want to give everybody a heads up. We have a special episode coming up, November 28th. It's kind of deep. It's kind of far, but I'm bringing some sneakerheads from Paris, Japan,
across the water
to the show. We're just working on scheduling because the time zone is so massive different.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to have Dre and Dub P wake up at 1 a.m. just to talk to somebody at noontime. So we're working on the time. But don't miss that. November 28th, they're gonna talk about the sneaker culture over there because they said their sneaker app is nothing like ours. Having a conversation with 3 of them today. They said they don't deal with draws and stuff like that and everything. So I would love to see how they cop their shoes. And just stay tuned. And Dre, Dub, y'all got anything?
I just want to say salute to Heartbreak for lining up the great guests. And thank you for y'all coming on and having a clear connection and being able to talk to y'all both backstage was nice too, not just on this panel. So thank y'all.
Facts. Like I said, we just want to appreciate sneakerhead lovers out there all across the world. People do say that we weird and things of that nature, but I don't think we weird. We just all have a dope, a dope hobby that can bring us all together, and it deals with different avenues, fashion, creative arts, things of that nature. So I appreciate everyone that comes on to the Cave, and I thank our guests for tonight. And man, listen, this is just getting started again up in the Cave, man. This is season 2, and then you see already this how we doing it up in here. So make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, and we are back every week with a new episode. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, chat.
Yes, sir.
And thank you to the panel for showing us some love, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. So we up out of here, man. Salutes to y'all, man. Salutes to y'all. We are out of here.